যে কোনো মানুষই তার লজ্জাস্থান ঢাকার জন্য যে কোনো জায়গায়, আপনি বিশ্বের যে কোনো জায়গায় যান না কেন, কিছু না কিছু করে, কোথাও পরেই না।
আমরা আসলে আমাদের পোশাকের স্বাধীনতাটাকে নিশ্চিত করার জন্য এখানে দাঁড়িয়েছি।
আর যে কোনো ধরনের রেপ, যেটাকে আমরা সোজা কথা রেপই বলি, আমরা রেপ করার ট্রাই করবেন এটা না।
কে কি পরবে, কে কোন পোশাক পরে চলবে, কে কিভাবে চলবে,
ঠিক আমার দিকে তাকিয়ে আছে। আজকে আমরা এখানে বসেছি, অসংখ্য মানুষ আছে এখানে যারা আমার দিকে তাকাচ্ছে। কথা হচ্ছে যে এই তাকানোটা কেন তাকাতে হচ্ছে তাদেরকে?
আপনারা তো আমাদের অন্তর্বাসের ফিতা দেখেও আপনারা সিডিউস হন, তাহলে আপনি যদি একটা কাপড় দেখে সিডিউস হন তাহলে আর আপনার জামার কি ব্যাপার? আমি তার মানে একটা ছোট ফিতা দেখে আপনারা সিডিউস হয়ে যান। আপনাদের চেতনাদণ্ড এতটাই ভঙ্গুর যে একটা ফিতা দেখে অন্তর্বাসের, আমাদেরকে ছোটবেলা থেকে আমাদেরকে যেটা শেখানো হয় ফ্যামিলিগুলোতে, তাহলে সেটা কেন যে ফিতা দেখা যাবে না, যে কোনো কাপড়ে
আসলে আমাদের পোশাকের স্বাধীনতাটাকে নিশ্চিত করার জন্য এখানে দাঁড়িয়েছি। কারণ রিসেন্ট একটা হাইকোর্টের নিয়ে তো আপনারা জানেন সেটাকে মিসলিড করে ফুললি ঘুরিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছিল।
Seduction is the process of deliberately enticing a person to engage in a relationship, to lead astray, as from duty, rectitude, or the like, to corrupt, to persuade or induce to engage in sexual behavior. Strategies of seduction include conversation and sexual scripts, paralingual features, nonverbal communication, and short-term behavioral strategies. The word seduction stems from Latin and means literally leading astray. As a result, the term may have a positive or negative connotation. Famous seducers from history or legend include Lilith, Giacomo Casanova, and the fictional character Don Juan. The emergence of the Internet and technology has supported the availability and the existence of a seduction community, which is based on discourse about seduction. This is predominantly by pick-up artists, behaviour. Seduction is also used within marketing to increase compliance and willingness. Seduction, seen negatively, involves temptation and enticement, often sexual in nature, to lead someone astray into a behavioral choice they would not have made if they were not in a state of sexual arousal. Seen positively, seduction is a synonym for the act of charming someone, male or female, by an appeal to the senses, often with the goal of reducing unfounded fears and leading to their sexual emancipation. Some sides in contemporary academic debate state that the morality of seduction depends on the long-term impacts on the individuals concerned, rather than the act itself, and may not necessarily carry the negative connotations expressed in dictionary definitions. Males and females both implement the strategy of seduction as a method of negotiating their sexual relationships. This can often involve manipulation of other individuals. This is primarily based on desire, normally physical, as well as attraction towards them. Popular phrases often used include, "The language of love is universal." These phrases help to demonstrate the extensively pervasive and ubiquitous strategy used within love and relationships amongst humans. Individuals employing such strategies often do so subconsciously and will merely report the feelings and thoughts that they subjectively experienced and are colloquially comparable to attraction or love. Research has indicated that seduction could substitute or equate to a form of collapsed or condensed courtship. Evolutionary psychology suggests that this form of sexual enticement can be used in order to cajole desired individuals to engage in sexual intercourse and ultimately reproduce. This behavior is also aimed at persuading someone to develop a short-term or long-term sexual relationship with them. Males declare that they adopt this strategy of seduction statistically more frequently than females. From an evolutionary perspective, this is due to females' higher parental investment and the lack of guarantee of male parental investment. Females therefore need to be seduced more prior to engaging in sexual intercourse. Men more commonly wish to engage in more frequent short-term mating, which may require this strategy of seduction used to access the female for intercourse. However, this finding has been contradicted by non-verbal seduction results which indicate that females have more control within this area. Other potential strategies individuals employ to gain access to a mate include courting or having relatives select mates for socioeconomic reasons. Ultimately, both males and females have reported preferring seduction above all other strategies, such as the use of power or aggression, for making a potential partner agree to sexual intercourse. Seduction is related to human-made poaching. Human-made poaching refers to when either a male or female purposefully entices another individual who is already in an established relationship into sexual relations with them. This is akin to the definition of seduction in the introduction. This is a psychological mechanism which had unconscious and conscious manifestations, that in relation to evolutionary psychology has been adaptive to our ancestors in the past and has continued to be functional in modern society. Human-made poaching is a form of seduction and can be used as a short-term and long-term mating strategy among both sexes. Moreover, there are associated costs and benefits to poaching. Schmidt and Buss, 2001, investigated the potential costs and benefits across sexes in relation to human-made poaching. Costs for women engaging in poaching behaviors include unwanted pregnancy, transmitted infection and diseases, and insecurity about provisions, shelter, food, financial security. However, the associated benefits include emotional support that she may not be receiving from her current partner and access to good genes that the male possesses, such as facial symmetry. Potential costs for males engaging in mate poaching can include resource depletion, violence and aggression from the female's current partner who take part in mate guarding behaviors used to protect their mate from other potential males or females. The associated benefits for males include increased sexual variety, access to physically attractive mates, and non-committal copulations. Evolutionary speaking, we are derived from our successful ancestors who managed to solve the adaptive problem of finding a mate with the required characteristics needed at that time in their lives, for example, plenty of resources, physical attractiveness, and showing signs of honest fertility. Therefore, our ancestors would have deployed this tactic for enticing a suitable mate, which remain in our psychology. Some evolved poaching behaviors may not be suitable for current environmental problems. Leftover byproducts from human evolution, such as preferences for fat and sugar, are not adaptive in Western cultures at present, and thus similar poaching behaviors could still remain. Seduction within marketing is seen as the relationship between the marketer and the customer that converts an initial resistance into compliance and willingness. The marketer seduces the consumer to change from one set of social agreements into another, often opposite, set of social agreements leading to satisfaction of at least one of the pair. Information is given, so as to have a desirable and predictable impact on a consumer's decision process. Seduction differs from enlightenment, in that with enlightenment the information is given in order to allow the consumer to enable better decision-making. The terms of the exchange are unambiguous. There is debate as to how common seduction is used within marketing, with utility theory denying it would exist at all. Others believe in a sovereign customer, who is free to make their own decisions without being influenced by an outside agent. Seduction can be split into two separate forms: confidence games, con game, and play, depending on the nature of the relationship developed between marketer and customer. In a confidence game, the unsustainable nature of the exchange is hidden from the consumer, because their rewards of the exchange will not be what the consumer is expecting or desiring. The seducer defrauds the consumer by first gaining their confidence and exploiting certain characteristics. With play, the unsustainability of the exchange is not hidden from the consumer. The consumer plays along simply for the reward of playing. For instance, an older child may still play along with believing in Santa Claus for the rewards. Within marketing, playing along with the seducer is seen as fundamental to the seduction of the consumer, with the consumer playing a role in the exchange. This is what makes seduction different to fraud, where the relationship is coercive in nature and the consumer has not shown any complicity.